Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Happy Monday. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do a full moon and Virgo reading. So let's recap. Okay, let's recap. I want you to think back to the last two. I want you to think back to February 22nd, 2022. And I want you to think about some of the things that you manifested. And first, I want you to think about what exactly did you manifest? Like, did you manifest material things? Did you manifest a different lifestyle? Did you manifest a different energy? Like, what did you truly manifest? Okay? Because another thing I want you to think about, I want you to think about Virgo season last year. And then I want you to think about 2 weeks ago when the new moon in Pisces, when I was saying all those actions. What actions were you taking around those times? Where were you going? What were you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly were you doing? Because what I feel like is from the 2-2-2-2-2, the ending of that, it makes me think of what did you envision? Because that was around Pisces season. And it was a very powerful day because it's the twos, and twos are with balance and their harmony, their manifestations that are coming, all the things of the twos, they're, yin and yang. And what I feel like is between the 2-2-2 and then the Virgo, I feel like that had a lot of, the 2-2-2 day had a lot of, like masculine energy, even though we were in Pisces season. It had a lot of masculine energy, and then Virgo season had a lot of feminine energy. So between that day and that day, when the new moon in Pisces came around this time, there was this energy to where, okay, well, let's work together. Because I'm telling you, I kept channeling that song. The more we stick together, the happier we'll be. The more we stick together, the happier we'll be. And that was more like on the 2 weeks ago with the new moon. That new moon was different because it was action. So it was kind of like the actions with the intuition, and then it was like the mind, the body, the soul. It all came together for you to truly understand what was going on. And then it was just like, okay, so let's see, what is a day in the life of somebody like you? And I remember I said in the predictions of 2023, or I can't remember if I said this in a live or what I said, but I remember I was telling everybody that you should probably think about like an alter ego, and it wasn't like an alter ego in the sense of like, to be malicious or to be nasty or like, stuff like that. Like, it was possibly the person that God envisioned you to be. And the thing about it is people take alter egos and they basically have a switch. They have a switch between the real them and then that one, instead of just embodying this energy of this fantasy character. I told the women that. I think I told women that they should think about an alter ego character when they go out, they talk, whatever, because we're in the year of 7, which is the cherry of keep going. But we have Saturn going into Pisces, Pluto going into Aquarius. What else is going to be a big transit? We have Jupiter in Aries. We have, Venus will be moving away, but those are like the 3 big transits that are going on. And there's probably more, but I can't think of them right now, so we're not going to worry about them. Oh, Mars is going to go into Cancer soon. There's this thing of where like you need to bring the energy of a flow and reality together. I hope that makes sense. Because what's going to happen is you're going to flow right into a new lifestyle. And that's exactly what they were testing you these last 2 weeks, to help you release certain things that I told you it was about addictions. You're addicted to that. That's an addiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, addictions aren't always, drugs, alcohol, sex. It's not always that. The addictions could be that you stress and worry, that you sit and lack. That's an addiction. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows the definition of an addiction is, hold on. It says the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. That's a noun, is a people, place, or thing. There was this energy I felt over the last 2 weeks that was really helping you hone in on your addictions. One thing that I noticed a lot of like with my sacral. Yesterday I was like, I have to release. And it's funny because I haven't really been in that energy to release, because it's just like, okay, I'm trying to keep all my emotions under control, keep my composure. And they was like, you need to go release them. You need to go release them. So it's just crazy how the last 3 days, or no, 2 days, I went out and I've been shaking ass. Shaking ass is a form of releasing energy of the sacral. When old me, due to like my mind and my circumstances, what was going on, I would have never did that, because it's just like, oh, we need to make sure our priorities are straight. But this was for you to really surrender into allowing God to be of a service to you, so you can be assisted. That's why I said there's a compromise with Saturn and Pisces. A lot of people are very nervous about it, but for some reason I don't. I feel like everything's going to transform for me. I feel like Saturn is actually going to help me have my glow up, because it's compromising. I'm already a real and then it's just like I'm having to more to really choose between my indecision with things and people. Seriously. I'm already like a very strict person. That's why Saturn was in Pisces, where you have Aquarius in your chart, you were gaining spiritual strength to be able to flow in a more spiritual thing. Where I have Aquarius in my chart, sweetheart, my ass was trying to be like, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think we can put the 2 and 2 together. I don't think that. They were like, see, this is why we are going to go ahead and knock all those beliefs over. That's why we're going to knock over all that structure that you have over. And so when Saturn met Neptune, they have an agreement of like, look, I know you like to have dreamy things. I know you like to envision things. I know you like sign synchronicities. I said, but I need structure. Neptune says, okay, I know you like to do things by the book. I know you believe in good energy. See, the reason why I actually feel like this is going to be a good transit for people is because of the fact that Pisces is karma. Saturn rewards good karma. See, the issue be behind that is people don't be putting, I told people, you are the bad energy. You are the bad energy. So you talking about all this shit, you are the bad energy. And I tried to tell, it's funny because I watched my video and I was hearing, I had watched my video that I had for, it was a video in Virgo, it was blocked. And it was like, I was saying like, you can't tell me that life just stopped for you, you know what I'm saying, and ain't nothing happened. I realized that basically, it was about you and others. I realized that certain things stopped in my business and certain things stopped for me because of the fact of I had become to be on autopilot. Seriously. And it was like, oh, so we're overworking again. Okay, cool. So how about we just stop that right now? And it was like, whoa, what do you mean stop? Like, this is the wrong time for you to be pausing things. They were like, actually, no. This is the perfect time to pause things because this is kind of things that you already asked for. So since you already asked for it, you're kind of good, don't you think? And it was like, no, I'm not. What are you doing? This is not right. Right, but you said you want a flow of abundance. You said that you want a flow of money. You said you want a flow of fun. You've been telling us you've been wanting to go out for months, and we finally let you go out, and you don't go out. So it's like, what are you doing? It doesn't really make sense, does it? And it's like, but I didn't see it that way. And you said, you see, that was the problem because of how you thought you saw it. You thought that you was going to have all your priorities together and then you was going to be able to have fun. When in reality, we're handling the priorities and we need you to just go have fun because, see, if you get involved, you're going to fuck up things. The way the energy has been moving has been in the addiction of being in your own way. So if they go tell you to go do something else, it kind of occupies you so you're not in the way. I realized every single time that I was keeping myself in the way. I told you I could have went somewhere and then something told me, now why would you have gone there if we had told you to go there? Not saying that wouldn't have been a good option, but at the same time, we told you to go here. So that was the part of the choice you have to make. Just because you have options. And you know what's so crazy? I remember I kept prophesizing. I kept speaking that over my life that, God, I want to be able to have options. More than one. Because I've been so condemned. I've been in this box, and I put myself in this box out of lack mentality and also poor decision making, that I don't have any options. So then we get to a time where there's no retrogrades. We have an energy of freedom. We don't know how to handle it because it's like, well, we have options. We can pick what we want to do all day. We can pick where we want to work. We can pick where we're doing this. You know, the biggest illusion that I felt was that there was a part of you that was willing to fight and bring you back into something that you said you wouldn't do. There's a video. There's a video on my YouTube, and it's funny how I was watching all these old videos from Virgo season, and I remember I told myself I'll never work for nobody again. Why the fuck did I find myself trying to apply to work for people, and they was just like, what's she doing? Who told her to do that? She's wasting her time. You told her to do that? They like, mm-mm. Did you tell her to do that? They like, mm-mm. Who the fuck told her to do that? Why would we have her go back to doing that now? Cause she uncomfortable? Oh God, she is really tripping down there. Cause I'm like, it was so hard. I haven't got no callbacks. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I did my resume over, like it's all fabulous. They like, who told you to do that? That wasn't even your priority. Well, let her figure it out. We got other things to do. If that's what she wants to occupy her time doing right now, let her figure that out. And I'm sitting over here, and it dawned on me, because somebody had asked me, and the timeline of like the job process, I was like, I'm not doing that. Like I kept losing the cards and shit. Like I kept losing the man card and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to go back. I don't even know where the card is. They were like, we'll let her figure that out. And then I watched that video, and I literally promised myself I would never betray myself again and do that. Why do I have to put words in my mouth to make sure I have to get it out the mud? Why can I not give the life that I deserve? Why can I not live the life that I envisioned? Why can't I be fully satisfied? Why do I have to do one thing to be able to have the other? Why do I feel like that? Do I not find structure in my life as it is through my purpose? Have I not utilized the places that God has put me to be able to function in the life that I envisioned? Everything all aligns. Everything all adds up. So therefore, everything that you've done up until this point has helped you get to this point. And if you don't see it that way, that's where you're going to have to take a step back to reevaluate your steps in life. That's where you're going to have to take a step back take a step back to realize, where's your mind at? How much credit do you give yourself? How much gratitude are you giving to the universe? Because I'm telling you right now, there is nothing that I would have did different, because everything that I've done up until this very moment has gotten me to this very moment, and I'm nothing but grateful. That's the energy you should be in. You should be in the energy of like, it was hard, but I'm not going to cap. If I never went through all that, I wouldn't have been in a position. I think about this every day. What if? And I said, you know what? Fuck a what if. Because if that's what I was supposed to do, I would have did it. I would have did it. I just would have did it, but I didn't do it because I didn't feel the need to do it. The way the full moon is shining a light. And see, what I feel like the full moon is doing, and don't quote me on this astrological things, but I'm trying to tell you, this is what I hear in my head. The full moon is funny because the moon is the only thing that is there in the darkness. The full moon is shining a light on the 6th house. Like I said, your health, your habits, all that stuff. I told you, that's why your bodies is transforming. They've put you in positions where you're not even, like, if you don't trust yourself, you're not even going to realize that they've been putting you in positions to where either they put you in places where you have to walk more, where you have to do things so that your body literally is going that way. Same thing with the foods that you've been eating. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance between it. Sometimes you can make it eat some bullshit, and so other times you might can't eat no meat. You might can't do this. It's all about trusting in your intuition, what your body needs. That's all what the 6th house is about. Also, another thing I know that it's shining on, it's shining a light. And I told you that Pisces season was about the 3rd house, the 9th house. Did I say the 11th house? I don't know. But I know it's shine. The darkness is shining on how you communicate with things, how you how you process things, with the mind and the mind and the heart. It's shining a light on that, because, and then it's also shining a light of where you fear expansion, where you fear strategy, where you fear, you know what I'm saying, like strategicness, where you fear, you know what I'm saying, like the higher perspective. Because, you know, God forbid that the higher perspective behind a lot of the things that you was doing was to actually benefit you. God forbid that literally that is the thing that you've been sitting there fearing expansion, and it's actually the most beneficial thing for you. God forbid that. Forbid that. You know, one thing I realized that I told myself is we're gonna stop being on social media all night. Like, there's a point where I need to shut off social media, turn on a movie, and dead it. Just all apps. Just go watch a movie, relax. Wake up in the morning. I've been doing a lot more journaling. It's setting the intentions of the day for me. It's setting the energy out for the day for me of what do I feel, because once I put it on paper, I'm acknowledging my thoughts. This is where that third house is coming in, at that communication, because what you have in your third house, that whatever the pros and cons of that is how you basically can manifest your day into reality. Seriously. Because if the third house is ruled by Gemini and we're Virgo energy, you're seeing how they're corresponding. You are in an energy of yourself and embodying the energy that you want. And then you're physically bringing it into your thoughts and you're bringing it into your words when you speak. So then you'll be able to see that throughout the day. I don't know about anybody else, but things that I've written I've been seeing throughout the day. But if I didn't put myself in a perspective to see things at a higher vision, or if I didn't, you know, move strategically, or if I didn't, you know, base things off of strategy, I would have missed that. Oh shit, like I'm the one that actually claimed this. We are being shown that we have more power than anything right now. You're actually seeing your strength. That's another thing that this full moon is doing. This full moon is actually helping you show your strength, that you're actually stronger than you think you are. You're actually stronger than you think you are. And since Pisces season is about the psychic abilities being heightened, you're actually seeing that. You're seeing how what type of gift you have. And it's funny because today's Bible verse is about the gifts that God gives you. And I thought that was very interesting because it made me think of all the addictions that you have. Some of those addictions were keeping you away from being able to embody your gifts. And I told y'all that Pisces season was about spiritual hygiene. So like taking a shower, all those things that you would do, like self-care things, routines, they have a spiritual meaning. So like I've been doing the thing where I don't give a fuck how late it is, baby. I have to take a shower. I have to wash the day off. I have to wash the day off. It helps me set the intention of the night. Okay? Because the Bible verse says, well, it's 1 Corinthians, and the verse of the day is 1 Corinthians 12. No, sorry. The chapter is 1 Corinthians 12. It says, now concerning what you wrote about the gifts from the Holy Spirit, I want you to know the truth about them, my friends. You know that while you were still heathen, you were led astray in many ways to worship lifeless idols. I want you to know that no one is led by God's Spirit can say a curse on Jesus. No one can say confess Jesus is Lord without being guided by the Holy Spirit. There are different kinds of spiritual gifts, but the same Spirit gives them. There are different kinds of ways of serving, but the same Lord is served. There are different abilities to perform service, but the same God gives ability to all for their particular service. The Spirit's presence is shown in some way in each person for the good of all. The Spirit gives one person a message full of wisdom, while another person, the same Spirit, gives a message full of knowledge. One and the same Spirit gives faith into one person, while to another person he gives the power to heal. Part of the life that you manifested, it secretly has gifts in it. Like, ooh, I hope that makes sense. Like, part of the things that you manifested in your life, like, your gifts are in that. Like, example, let's say you like, I'm going to live a luxurious lifestyle and stuff like that. The gift of like the power of the tongue is in that. To be a powerful manifester. That's why I had sent y'all that. Not sent y'all. That's why we had went over that human design thing. So you'll be able to figure out certain things. So like I told y'all, my thing is frustration. So anytime I'm frustrated with something, I need to chill because I'm out of alignment. I'm out of alignment. I don't give a fuck what it is that frustrates me. I'm out of alignment. And it's crazy because people be trying to like deem me as being like irrational or impulsive with emotions, but I actually have to go off emotions because if I don't, I will be into some shit, and that's like law with me. Like I have to go off emotions. I have to go off emotions. I am a sacral like process generator. If I'm not feeling it, I can't do it. And I know that sounds crazy, and that's exactly why when I was trying to apply for jobs, I was doing that out of a lack mentality. I didn't feel called to do that. I didn't feel the need to do it. I don't know what the fuck. I was just doing shit. And they was like, you didn't process that. You didn't process that. I went to go do something, and the way my face lit up is because I felt that. And they was like, oh, there we go. Now that she felt that shit. So how do you feel? And you know the truth by the way you feel. Also, he says, the Spirit gives one person the power to work miracles, and to another the gift of speaking God's message, and to yet another the ability to tell the difference between gifts and the gifts that come from Spirit and those that do not. To one person he gives the ability to speak in strange tongues, and to another he gives the ability to explain what is said. But it is one and the same Spirit who does all of this. He wishes. He gives a different gift to each person. And then the verse that it brought up was about the body. And I think it's interesting that it says one body with many parts, because Virgo, the house of Virgo, is the body. Every body part has a function. Every body part goes together. And it's funny because yesterday, the last couple of days, I've been wearing white and pink. Well, I know I wore white and green. I don't know, but I've been wearing white, like white shirts. And I think it's interesting today that I have black and white. Black and white would be considered yin and yang. When I tell y'all, the full moon has so much power behind it because it's bringing things full circle that are your bad habits. Virgo, wherever you have Virgo in your chart, Virgo risings are going to be put in such an awkward position because of the fact that Virgos are so used to being able to sit and think and ponder. And God is like, you're going to have to roll with the punches. That's very uncomfortable for Virgo risings and Virgo risings, Virgo suns, Virgo moons. That's very like, whoa. Wherever you have Virgo in your chart, it's like, whoa. You want me to do what? They're like, yeah, just let go. Another energy that I feel I want to go ahead and touch on: Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Cancers. Wherever you have that in your chart, welcome to what and Virgos. I'm sorry, I meant to already add them, but Virgos, welcome to the villain era. Welcome to the villain era. Oh, you're gonna be deemed the bad guy. Oh yeah, you're gonna be deemed the bad guy. Everybody's gonna fucking hate your guts. They only hate you because they ain't you. They hate you because they didn't realize what the fuck was going on. You've been baking on 175 degrees Fahrenheit. You've been baking slowly. You've been in a crock pot. Oh baby, the pot roast is ready. Niggas gonna hate you. But they hated Jesus too, so it don't matter. It says that in the Bible. They didn't like my son. It literally says that in the Bible. Don't trip. Don't trip. You know why I keep saying don't trip? It's because for some of you guys, you're in a whole nother energy. It doesn't even matter anyway. It doesn't even matter anyway. It doesn't matter. I want you to understand that the dark feminine energy, Lilith is helping a lot of y'all. Lilith is helping a lot of y'all because you've embodied You've embodied an energy of humbleness. So therefore, you being you and you're in your villain era is more to the public. To God, you're in your golden child era. Oh, but the public's gonna see it as a villain era. You're the bad guy. You don't fuck with nobody. You don't answer nobody calls. You don't talk to nobody. You act. Put them like, oh, I knew you back in the day. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even trying to be funny, but it's just like, where was your ass set before? You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest question that God keep playing. And it's funny because I had heard that song last night, like over and over and over in my head. Like, where were you? You talking about what you need and shit. I don't hear none of that shit. That's what's been hidden from a lot of y'all. Geminis. And I say Geminis, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Cancers and Virgos. First of all the mutable signs, because you guys are two people, so you didn't get to see what was on the other side. And then Cancers, you rule the moon, so you also didn't get to see what was on the other side. Something about that. Where you have those placements in your chart, baby, it's villainary. Because the song for March is Care by Brent. The universe is going to show you that they care about you. You know, wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, baby, it's time to do a wraparound. Okay? This wraparound, it's best that you actually move. Okay? Stagnancy is going to show. So, like, wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, it's best that you continue to move. Example, if you have Scorpio in your if you have Scorpio in your 7th house, that means that if relationships come and go, keep it moving. Keep it moving. I'm trying to tell you, keep it moving. If you have Scorpio in your 6th house, you need to continue to work out. You need to keep moving. I'm trying to tell you, you need to keep moving. Something about that. You got to keep moving because stagnancy is going to show. We're coming out of the South Node of Scorpio. So coming out of the South Node of Scorpio, the South Node in Scorpio, the North Node in Taurus is making sure you have all of God's energy in you. It's shaking out all that dirt. So therefore, the more you sit and you collect dirt, the harder it's going to shake. And you're going to feel very like uneasy. You're going to feel like stressed. You're going to feel aggravated. So it's just like, just keep it moving. 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 Keep the momentum up. Thank you, Spirit. Keep the momentum up. Keep the momentum up. It's helping you. It's going in your favor, okay? Wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, keep the momentum up, okay? That's a big thing. Aries, Libra, Capricorn. Okay, let me tell you. Let me just tell you now. And you're gonna know based off the energy you are in now what I mean by this. You paid the cost to be the boss. Let me say it again. You paid the cost to be the boss. This wasn't given to you. Okay? This shit wasn't easy. You didn't, this wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't a legacy part of this. Okay? This isn't something that you got based off of like a lineage thing. Let me say that. You paid the cost to be the boss. You went through trials and tribulations to be the boss. Okay? Now, why am I saying that? It's because since Venus is in Aries, or Venus was in Aries and Jupiter's in Aries conjunction, the clash that they had to double up on you is so explosive, it's so mind-boggling that you're going to feel like you don't deserve this. But let me tell you again, sweetheart, you paid the cost to be the boss. If you're still a product of your circumstances, of your environment, if you're still in that energy of like, well, oh, I don't know what to do, poor me, I'm this, the world is against me, then you know what, you can tell you didn't pay for shit. You missed registration. Because if you don't feel in this energy of like, look, and it's funny because the song Jug King kept coming on. I do what I want, you do what you can. I stash away a meal, just the shit gonna go. It's playing. And then he got a song, he goes, I'm the king of Jug, nigga. I'm the king of Jug. I'm the king of Jug. Something you pussy niggas know that. All that make-believe rapping, you should thank me for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had the key to the streets way before Lucci. I had the key to the streets way before Lucci. You know, another thing that y'all gonna have to understand is like, people they just it's just not there no more. It's just not there no more. Like, the vibrations ain't there no more. So the communication is going to be real, like, short. Y'all going to have to, like, understand that. Like, you don't really got time no more. And I know, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but, like, honestly, you don't have time no more. Like, you know, they say, like, you know, the more successful you are, the less time you have for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the freedom, but you really do just be busy. You're about to see how that happens. You know, you're about to invite, like, you know, you're about to be busy, like, regardless, like, you might start, like, you know, going to classes every day. You know, you might start doing things with your business. You might, you know, your work schedule might be different. You might start concentrating. Like, something about your lifestyle is going to be busy. So therefore, it's just like, you don't have time no more. And it's just like, people don't have no, they got to respect it. You don't have time no more. That's why it's like, you're going to have to understand, you pay the cost to be the boss. So, you know, when you in boss status, you know what I'm saying? You don't go into boss status and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you don't go to boss status and then the workers is telling you what to do. You now have to tell, like, you now have a whole business to run. So it's kind of like, you don't have time no more to just be lollygagging. And you know what I'm saying? Like, every minute counts. After this full moon, you're going to understand every minute counts for you. And the priority is going to be, you know what I'm saying, for you to make sure you make time for yourself. But it's not you that's the problem. It's other people. You don't have time for other people anymore. Okay? You're going to be one of the people where you're going to have to, like, check your schedule. Because you have so many things you need to stay in a boss status. There are things that you have to do. You're going to have to focus on that. You've already gone through the trials and tribulations, so God can see that you are able to be the boss. And so now that God can trust you to be the boss, he's going to trust you to maintain it. You don't have time anymore. Okay? You got your schedule. I see schedule booked. I see clients just bing, 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 bing. You know what I'm saying? I see emails. I see orders. Like, I see you're gonna be busy. So, like, you don't got time no more, mama. You ain't got no more time no more, papa. Like, you gonna have to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all might actually have to upgrade to, like, getting a virtual assistant, like, or like, you might actually have to start getting more organized with your calendars and shit like that. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, even if you have a job, you might have a job and you might have a side hustle, and all of a sudden it's just like the side hustle becomes way more hectic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't understand, if you're already working a job, I'm just gonna be so honest with you, that job is supposed to help you supply your business. If you aren't working, God is the one that's supplying for you, and baby, he gonna supply the people for you. See, the way this is working is, you were at the point where you had to show your dedication to what you wanted, okay? And so he needed to see whether you act when you didn't have no appointments, didn't have no orders, didn't have no money, didn't have this. It's every entrepreneur's dream. That's what I heard God say. This is every entrepreneur's dream. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, I'm just telling you how it goes. How everybody has that story of, like, oh, I wasn't getting no orders, you know what I'm saying? And, like, my life changed. So it's just like, that's about to happen really quickly. So I want you to understand, you know, it's not personal, it's business. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's all love. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot quick text to people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love you, I'm busy, I'll call you later. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I feel like the phone gonna be binging. Like, you ain't gonna have time. Okay? You're not gonna have time. All right? Who else? Taurus. Taurus, Leo. I'm trying to make sure I did everybody. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That was weird. It just, something that popped up and stopped the video. Taurus, Leo. It's funny because I heard lights, camera, action for real. Oh, you fancy, huh? Fancy. I don't know if y'all know this, but hold on, I'm gonna see if I can play it. I hear this. I think I did everybody though. Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo. This is what I hear.
Oh, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I hear that. Are you prepared to hit?
The Rock and the millions. No. That's not good enough. No. The Rock and the millions.
I hear him.
No.
He's saying,
Not good enough. The Rock is the people's champ. You are the backbone of the Rock. When we speak, our voices are heard. We all say, I bring it. Anaheim, the world is watching. Anaheim, the world is listening. One more time. When the Rock and the millions of the Rock's fans go to WrestleMania and electrify WrestleMania and the world like no one else can. If you smell what the Rock.
I just got chills. You know, he's legendary. He's legendary. He's legendary. You know, Taurus and Leo, the fact that it cut off and I had to start a new video for you, this is a whole new cycle, a whole new world. I got chills. You know, the only reason why life has been kicking your ass, honestly, is because with Mercury, when Mercury was in Aquarius, you were having to learn how to be obedient. Okay. I feel like when Mercury went into Pisces, the energy kind of lit up of you a little bit, but Leo's definitely you've been getting your ass tagged. And because Lilith is in Leo, because Lilith and Leo has been she's determined to give you back all the power you deserve. And since the North Node is in Taurus and we're coming up on Taurus season, and Uranus did something with Taurus, I think about a week and a half ago, there has been this thing of where like you don't have no choice but to gain power. Like they're putting the power back into you. And I felt like that was very hard because of the fact of you felt like you were doing something wrong. You felt like the world was against you. But in reality, they were trying to show you how powerful you are. They were trying to show you how powerful you are. You know what I see? I see like it was a spiritual thing. Something about the spirit. So as above, so below. And if you got a weak spirit above, you're weak as fuck and below. And I always tell people that. But something about that is very significant because the way hold on one second. I gotta look this up. Because, first of all, Juno is going into Taurus. It says, after some hot and heavy love affairs, asteroid Juno is ready to settle down and ground in Taurus, bringing a good time for stable relationships. However, make sure that relationships that don't become stagnant or possessive. You know, to be in the energy of power, you have to make sure you're in the energy of, because, Leo's like people that are obsessed with them. Leo's like people that adore them. admire them. Taurus the same way. Taurus are very possessive. You know what I'm saying? Taurus are very like loving and affectionate and stuff. You gotta make sure you kind of like got the right people around you to be like that, because like a lot of people are really just fascinated with you. They don't really see nothing deeper with you. You know what I'm saying? They like the way you look. You know what I'm saying? They like the way your aura is. That's what they like. And so that kind of like feeds an ego. So that kind of feeds your physical, but spiritually it don't feed you. So therefore it's just like you were stuck in this cycle of where like, you know, as long as you're being admired, as long as you're being obsessed with, it's just like, oh, okay, cool, I like that. But it's just like, they're like, I don't know what the fuck you thought this was. You're supposed to be learning to embody a godly consciousness. So in order for you to embody a godly consciousness, you need to be of power. And people of power don't have certain people of a low caliber around them out of just being fascinated of, like, you know, being fascinated by and being, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like people fetishize, I don't know if that's the word, but people, like, you were a fetish to people. Regardless if it was a mind, body, soul, you were a fetish. Like, you were an addiction. Like, people are addicted to, like, how you look, how you act, how you sound. Like, certain things about you. But spiritually, That's why, you know, I see, like, people come into your life and then they just vanish. That's why. They're literally, they're not real. Oh, I don't know how I'm explaining this, but they're not real. Aquarius too. That's the one I forgot. Leo, Aquarius, and and Taurus. People, they have a fetish with you. Seriously. So you've never really had like genuine energy around you because people always fantasize about you, regardless if like you're smart or, you know what I'm saying, like you have more of a dominant energy or like you're pretty or like, you know what I'm saying, you're brown. I'm trying to tell you, people, they fantasize about you a lot. And you know what I'm saying, because you didn't see the power within yourself. I mean, how can somebody, if you don't see the power in yourself, how can you really determine what caliber of people need to be around you? You know, one thing I just told myself last night, we're about to become very untouchable. Like, I've already been like abstinent for over a year now. So like, but it's different now. Everything's about to be untouchable about me. You know what I'm saying? As a Leo moon, I like to be the center of attention. But watch me be the center of attention and you still not be able to talk to me. You still not be able to fuck with me. I still not answer your calls. Because your energy you're not a level of energetic, like your energy field is not of a caliber that I want around me, that I need around me. So it's like, I mean, you know, we had fun, but you can't be serious that you ever thought that you was actually going to be able to like experience me. That's a big thing for y'all. The way people experience y'all now, they don't have that luxury, and you're gonna create a very strong boundary. And you know, you might be deemed as the one that, you know what I'm saying, like is a flake, but I mean, if you're not it, you're just not it. And I hear God saying that if they're not it, they're just not it. So like, what do you want us to do? What they gonna do? You know, it makes me think of like women that have these placements. I told you I need to go read that book, Why Do Men Like Love Bitches? And you're stepping more into dark feminine energy. Even men, like where you used to maybe be like, you know what I'm saying, like all, you know, like Mr. Fuckboy, Mr. Hot Boy and shit like that. Like you're gonna be very untouchable. Like women are gonna just desire you in a way you're gonna be like I see a lot of men that have Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. Either you're gonna get into a very solid relationship, and the relationship, women too, but you're gonna get into a solid relationship, and both of y'all are very attractive people, and like it's gonna cause a lot of people a lot of temptation, but you know that they don't spiritually line, so it's not even gonna bother you. Like if I'm talking to a man right now, the way you see like whoever your woman is, you only have eyes for her, and the whole world is gonna know that. But the way they're gonna test it, because they're gonna have a lot of envy. You know what I'm saying? When you guys get to this energy, because now you know your power, and this is what the devil, and I'm gonna be honest when I say this, the devil never wanted you to get to this, because that means that he knows that you will never, he can't, nobody can touch you. And see, that was the thing. He sent a lot of people of his that has his spirit of him, you know what I'm saying, to throw you off, because you like to be admired, you like to be spoiled, you like to be this, you like to be that. And now it's just like, like, I could be in the club, you can put me in your section, you can take care of me all night, I'm not gonna call you. You can put your number on my phone, I'm not gonna call you. Are you serious? Come on now, stop. I don't play like that. And I told myself that. I told myself certain things I gotta stop doing, because of the fact that it's just like, shit, I got a good intuition, so it's just like, whatever. But certain shit I can't do no more, because like, spiritually, it don't align with me. It's like, because it gives you the impression that I would allow you to fuck with me, and you can't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? The price went up with y'all, with your self-worth. If you're a woman and you get into a relationship, the way men are going to throw themselves at you, and when I tell you, you're not going to see no other man but your man. Your man is going to energetically like piss on you. I know this sounds so bad, but it's so serious, because that's how spiritually connected you are. Like, if you have friends, nobody's going to be able to break the energy between y'all two as friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all going to be in your own little world. The world is going to be watching y'all. You know, this is what it's funny, because The Rock says The Rock and 1 million people. Everybody's going to be watching you and whoever is of your energy field. They're going to be watching, like, you have your own show. I'm trying to tell you, I just keep seeing that. That's why I heard lights, camera, action. You have your own fucking show now. You have your own fucking show now. And, you know, I want to talk about the other side of the energies that I feel. So, for those that don't resonate with these messages that I'm saying right now, let me tell you this. You're going through a time to where you have to learn how to prioritize your spiritual energy. You have to learn how to prioritize your connection with the higher power. You have to learn to prioritize into some things that you cannot see, so you can be able to live in a world of things that you can see, so you're able to use your level of discernment. A lot of you guys are about to go through a test to where you lack discernment. And you'll know, because right now you'll feel like life is just knocking the shit out of you. After this full moon, if life is just, you just can't get it together. Honestly, you should have been celebrating this past week. Like, starting Saturday or Friday, like this week, like, you should be celebrating this week. There was a lot of magic in the energy. That was based off of the habits that you released. And it's nothing to like feel bad about, or it's nothing like, talk down on, but like, you know what I'm saying? We're in a time in our world where spiritual things matter. God is real. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to learn to embrace your connection and make it your own. It doesn't mean you have to read the Bible, such as I read the Bible. It doesn't mean that you need to be, talking to God and going to church like that. Like, I'm not here to sway you over there. I've always told people that I'm not here to sway you over to God. That you have to choose to do that. I'm not here to make it sound like it's all good and glory and stuff like that. So you'll be like, you know what, OG believe in God, so I'm gonna believe in God. That's not my thing. All I can do is tell you what I know. All I can do is advise you. All I can do is teach you power and wisdom. And I pray that it brings you closer to who you see as your higher power. That's all I can do. You got to let go of family. You got to let go of friends. You got to start digging into things of bloodlines and stuff like that. It don't mean you need to go on Ancestry.com. You got to get into some type of spiritual practice. It doesn't mean you have to get into tarot cards. It doesn't mean you have to get into crystals. That's not what that means. But you're going to have to do it. And if you choose not to, baby, life is going to get harder. It is. You know, I told y'all that there was a lot of people that kept saying things about like, oh, I'm getting closer to God. And you just need to be honest and say you have to pay the devil for all the karma that you did. The devil needs his karma. The devil needs his money before God needs his money. It's funny. I've been watching The Princess and the Frog for a minute. And in The Princess and the Frog, the voodoo man, he was like, oh, I'm going to get your money because he still owed the devil. That's a constant debt that you remain in. And a lot of you guys, you're going to have to work on that throat chakra, honey. It's bad. You don't say the right things. You don't say the right things about yourself. You don't say the right things to the universe. And it's mind-boggling because, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know? It makes me feel some type of way because of the fact of I know you all have the ability and the capability to do what's right. And it's not easy, but like, thank you. It's not easy, but like, hard work pays off. And we're in the year of the karma where like, we're in the year of creation where you got to put energy to get it out. And like, you know, I know things have been physically easy. You know what I'm saying? People have been scamming. We always been scamming. It's like, this is more like a golden rule type of energy of like, literally like, what would Jesus do? This is more like you treat others how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because one person do it don't mean that it's okay to do it. You know, just because, you know what I'm saying, this is something that your family said that's all you're going to ever be doesn't mean you have to be that. You know, a lot of y'all need to get your money together. And your money's coming from your emotions that you don't want to expand and utilize. You don't want to process the emotions to be able to give and receive. You don't want to process the emotions to have more money. You just want to work and do it. You know what I'm saying? You want to deem people as being delusional. I told y'all, stop that delusional shit. But like, why does it have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you have to plan it out, or you have to, you know, you have to be logical. I don't want you to be irrational like that. So that's some of the things I keep hearing somebody say. You're the only one that's being irrational. You're the only one that's not being logical because of the fact of you're basically telling God and the universe and whoever you believe in, you don't have faith in them or you. We kind of gotta get out that mindset of where like, oh, everybody, you just think everything's gonna work out. If you say that and you believe that, it does. And since we're in the age of Aquarius, I told you everybody wants to know everything. Everybody wants to teach everything. You know, I'm all for you guys learning, but like, why can't you listen to the things that, you know, I feel like the things that you listen to that you would love to have faith in, they're too good to be true. And since they're too good to be true, you be like, that's some bullshit. That only happens every now and then. And it's just like, it could be you, but you're not trying to eat with us. And something tells me that God has had people around you to be able to help you, and you just, you know what I'm saying? You just choose to just watch from the sidelines. You know, it's a parental wound for a lot of y'all. It's the mom and the dad wound. Like, it just makes me think of how like a lot of us are getting to the point of the end of the school year where like we get to, you know, eat at the pizza party, and then like the teacher tells certain kids, like, oh, you got to stay back. And they're like, why I got to stay back? It's like, because we were paying attention to you all year. Now, you don't went on the field trips. You don't went everywhere. But it's just like now we at the end where we're getting rewards and you don't get one because you didn't do the work. Field trips are considered educational purposes. Yes, sometimes they can be a privilege, but they're educational purposes. Something about that throat chakra for y'all. It's two ways this is going, and I'm telling you, if what I said for where you have those placements, if it doesn't resonate, it's because this. We all have things to work on, but I'm trying to tell you, hard work pays off. There's a lot of people that literally are getting the fruits of their labor. They're getting the harvest because of the fact that they worked for it. The things that I said in these messages, these things aren't just like, oh, you know, well, I just went to the locker and put a code in, it's just mine. No, these people worked for this. We talking about blood, sweat, and tears 2022, 2021, 2022. If you want me to be honest, from 2020 to 2022, we worked hard for this. You know, Virgo is me versus me. 2020, I told 2020 was 2021 was a me versus me type of year. Literally, 2021 was a me versus me type of year. So it was just kind of like, you your worst enemy, and you keeping yourself in certain positions that it's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this message didn't, if the messages that I said earlier didn't resonate with you, then you have an issue with your throat chakra, your sacral chakra, and your root chakra. You ignore your intuition. You ignore the things about yourself, and it's just like, you know what I keep hearing? You don't see the pattern. You don't see the pattern. You don't see the pattern. You don't see where this is starting to get repetitive. You know, every dog has its days, but we not here for a long time. So baby, take leaps of faith. You need it. And God is saying this right now. You know what I'm saying? I think like the wave of spirituality and the wave of the Christian TikTok and the waves of things have made people very defensive of who they resonate with, because, you know, Aquarius rules the 11th house, which is groups of people, like-minded people. So many people don't know where their mind is, that they don't know what group of people that they deserve to be with. I remember I told you I don't fuck with the spiritual people. I don't fuck with the Christian people. I don't fuck with nobody. I created my own lane. I migrate with people that have the same mindset. And, you know, there's the part that I knew that God was using me as a vessel, and God was using me as a lesson to people and to help them. But like, you can only help somebody so much. After that, it's just like they want to be in that. And so therefore it's just like, I got to keep going. You know? So I want you guys to start journaling more. I want you guys to start talking more. I want you guys to start crying more. I want you guys to start processing emotions. And I want you to start being fucking serious with yourself. Like, you deserve to be more than a fucking piece of meat, a doormat, a side bitch. Like, you deserve more than that. You deserve more than to just be working a job that you don't like, getting paycheck after paycheck after paycheck. Like, you deserve to not be working so hard with life. You deserve that. So it's just like, why don't you bet on yourself? Like, why do you have so much, you know, it's also a lack, like all the chakras really, because I feel also like a lack of self-confidence. Like, you're very insecure. You can only have that whole fuck it mentality. Fucking mentality is actually supposed to be an upgrade, not a downgrade. And a lot of y'all fucking mentality is a downgrade, where you just like, I don't care anymore. But it's just like, you should care about that. You should care about that. And it's funny that I took my case off, because you need to take that mask off. You need to take it off and get down to the nitty gritty, the bare version of you. So I love y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really been like thugging this shit out, like on my purpose for real. Like, really releasing what ifs, really embracing more like, what now? What else? You know? Like, really testing myself of like, what else can I do? Of like, taking my energy to another level to be able to express certain things to people. I've said so many powerful, inspirational things over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, that like I know for a fact is going to put people in a very powerful position, you know, because we've always seen the same thing. We've always seen a success story, but it's just like we've always seen the people that's always asking for help, crying for help. But it's just like, did you ask God first? Did God put it on your spirit who to ask? Think about that. Did God put it on your spirit who to ask? Seriously. And I just see that. I just see that. I just see that. I just see that now. Where like the success stories are going to be based off of what somebody envisioned, and God just made it happen because that person trusted in God. This, you know, thank you. This has been a season to where I told you, you're going to see the people that have God within them. Because they're so close to God. They're so humble. Y'all not going to be able to see people about, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she looked like she got $1 million. You don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. The power is going to be over popularity. People got more power in their fucking left thumb than motherfuckers got in their whole fucking body. And that's God that did that. God put them people there. Them people was built for this. God did that. God breathed on them. Seriously. Keith Lee, I told you, was a prime example of that. That is my inspiration right now. Even though, and it's crazy because it's a thing to be inspired and it's a thing to be like somebody. You know, only thing I want to be like Keith Lee, I want to have the same mentality to be close to God like Keith Lee. I don't want to do food reviews. If I decide to review a food, it's because I decided to review the food. But like, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. That's none of my concern. It's none of my concern. Okay? God is within all things. Use the discernment that he gave you to be able to embody all things. Okay? Hold on. I want to go get, I want to go see what you call it we working with. Hold on. I know I love to see the animals that we work with now. I love to see the animals that we work with now. I love to see the energy that we work with now, since we're oracle based and you know we are God's prophet. You know, I love to see the what we're working with now. I love to see what we're working with now. New York, New York, New York. This shit keep coming out. This shit came out in the reading that I did last year too. New creations in the divine feminine energy again. I told y'all this is divine feminine energy being magnetic. Look at that. Bright heart light, open connections. Look at God in the garden, the paradise, idyllic times. And you know what's so crazy? Last night I was supposed to go there. I was supposed to go there. And it's crazy because I didn't go because where we already was. But it was just so funny because like it just made me think of like that. Like, oh shit. Grace. Protection. Let's get one more. I heard that song by Future and he was like, you wanna go to paradise? Or you wanna go to Pluto? And love. Come on now. And then Dragon Supernatural. But let's see. Make that. The Bright Heart Connection says, this peaceful yet powerful priestess of the heart comes to you unbound hope and meaningful connections. She's emerged from the forest where lush green vegetation grows all around her. Like the woman pictured here, a brilliant radiance is sourced at your own heart center, which rays reaching out to the world. Even if you try to contain it, your soul light is energetically vibrant. And it's funny how this comes after. This is how you become very magnetic. It's a heart thing. You open up your heart to the infinite possibilities. A brilliance, radiant source from your heart. Your soul light is energetically vibrant, always longing to connect. This marks a time of opening up for you. You may have been feeling disconnected or isolated lately by your own choosing or due to circumstances outside of your control. Either way, you're ready to come out of the trees and forge a profound soul-to-soul connections that enrich your life and bring you into alignment with the universe filled of unlimited abundance, as I literally just said. This is a powerful card of manifestation. When you open your heart to receive from and give to others, the universe itself sends kindred souls willing to share their heart light, assistance, and solutions with you. On a purely practical level, this card can portend blossoming friendships and perhaps new love on the horizon. And it's funny because with Juno going to Taurus, that's like Juno meeting Venus. It's time to release your hesitation. Let yourself trust and open up to the honor and support all around you. They're all around you. Everything. It's okay. The affirmation says, I am willing to connect. I open my heart and my life to the loving and caring friendships my spirit desires and deserves. So something about the friendships. Something about friends is different. Oh. Friendships, because also your lover will be your friend. Your lover will be your best friend. I don't know who's reading that said this, but like a lot of y'all women, you're about to have like a golden retriever man. Just go look it up. It says an owl, and it's funny how we got the owl yesterday of magic. An owl blesses the priestess of the garden, and she holds a butterfly in her hands. This portends a time of great peace and joy coming your way. It may be an unexpected blessing or a long-awaited result of intensive effort on your part. What did I say about hard work pays off? Come on now. The butterfly reminds us of the gentle power to become something completely new through the process of metamorphosis. As a caterpillar changes through, and it's funny that underneath this says Phoenix rising, soul radiance, and the power of self-love. And then miracles. And then intention plus effort plus intention. Oh my God. Okay, let me finish. Sorry. It experiences an intense pressure and difficulty. It's time to emerge from its cocoon as a winged butterfly, having forged the strength to travel thousands of miles in its migration. Yeah, remember how I tell you about migration, how they go to the south where it's hot. Similarly, the hardship that you've gone through have brought you great value and inner strength. If this doesn't sum up my entire reading, God, thank you. Has brought your great value and inner strength, transforming your life and carrying you to a new reality of pleasant experiences and peaceful surroundings. So get ready for the idyllic times ahead. Let yourself relax and appreciate the peace and beauty coming to your life. On a purely practical level, this card could be foretelling an upcoming trip or even a move to a picture perfect and lush environment, one that may seem like a paradise to you. These bods will, you know what's so funny? Mecca is in Mexico, and I thought it was very interesting because I think I said to somebody, I want to go to Mexico, or like I want to go on a trip, like, you know, somewhere, whatever, like vacation. And I told them where I want to go for my birthday, which is coming up very soon. 24 days. Thank you. This bodes well for your energy and your future. Even if you can't go on vacation or make a move now, you can still create idyllics of peace and happiness in your daily life. Surround yourself with the beauty of nature, the trees, flowers, birds, and animals that are ever-present blessings from the universe. Know that every moment you stop to relax and appreciate your natural world, you bring an idyllic time to your life. After all, paradise is always there should you choose to experience it. The affirmation here says, I open my life to experiencing the wonders of nature all around me. Beauty and peace fill my life with delightful ways. And look at this. Grace the Swan. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and spirit of beauty. The sea turtle says, You are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. My nose is itching like a motherfucker. And the dove says, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. And literally, what is it? It says, power of self-love, healing the heart. You know, miracles come because you have healed your heart. Because the open connections, it came out first. All of this happens. All of this is because this is the energy, because you've done all this. You found the power of self-love. The miracles are able to come to you now because it's ancient wisdom, the discernment that I was telling you about, and then the phoenix rising. This is all what's happening now. Your aura is very magnetic at this time. All right, I think that's it. Hold on, they said get one more. Even men that are unlocking their feminine energy to be able to give and receive, they're going to pour out a lot. They're going to pour out a lot. What did I say about the psychic abilities? What did I say about the psychic abilities? Don't be shocked when you start seeing certain things happen. Like, I remember last night, somebody had ran a light, somebody had ran a light, and I felt like there was a force field that had stopped each car each way, and the car that, you know, whatever. It was crazy. It was crazy. And something was like, you know, that was you, right? It's like my body can sense certain things. It's weird. I don't know. We're not going to talk about that. The Egyptian priestess on this card has developed a profound heightened psychic ability. She looks peacefully into the light hovering over her right hand, where images of the future reveal themselves. A soft glow emanates from her throat center and brow chakra. This is why this is happening. You know, these two things, the throat and the third eye, that's why the sinuses have been clearing. If you had a lot of mucus clearing, it's because you're releasing a lot of things to be able, like, you know, keeping your nose clear. My nose is, I'm sorry. You've been doing all that because of the fact of that's been like releasing the things so you can be able to embody the energy of, I mean, to be able to embrace the power or the psychic ability. I don't know. So you can see things, foresee things, okay? Radiating from beneath her hawk headdress. And, you know, the hawk is raw. And this is Egyptian. So yeah, the hawk aids her in reaching higher levels of consciousness. This messenger bird represents expansive psychism and future vision. This card indicates that you are now capable of reaching new heights of your intuition and prerequisite ability. In fact, you may have already noticed flashes of insight and deeper awareness. If so, trust the information you receive and let yourself look even deeper into the potential meanings of the future vision. There may be important messages coming your way. These may take the form of guidance about future choices and inspirations about creative, career-related, or personal projects. Remember that your soul, oh my God. Remember that your soul vibrates at the level of spirit connection. For this reason, this card may also indicate a potential career involving psychic or intuitive practices. I am so sorry, y'all. My nose is so bad. In fact, you may have had such careers in your past life. Know that your soul is calling you to reconnect. Take time to meditate more so you can peacefully receive. Let yourself trust your growing intuition. The spirit world is open to you, ready to reveal your future potential and all that you know. What did I fucking tell y'all? That's why, oh, my nose. That's why they needed to see if they could trust you. God need to see, can he trust you? Integrity is a big thing. People that have a lack of integrity, God can't give you your power. You'll misuse it. That's why people think that what the devil gave them has them to be more powerful, and it really just made you popular, bitch. But seriously, It says, I am one with the spirit world. Every day my psychic abilities grows. I'm telling you, I fucking knew the psychic abilities. That's why I said, let me get one more. I don't know why I had to get one more, but that's why. Your psychic abilities are heightened. You know something is going to happen, or you feel something. I remember I was somewhere and the person invited me to go somewhere and my spirit was like, don't go. And I was like, yeah, sure. But I still was uneasy. Like, I wasn't really like, and then it's funny because the person ended up was like, no, I'm not going no more. I was like, because I said don't go. I said don't go. In my head, I said don't go. That's your psychic abilities are in heightened. You need to trust them. Like, you're gonna know something. Like, or like, another thing that I realized, like I told y'all, it's been just little tests for me. Like, I seen somebody and then I seen them again. I was like, that is not a coincidence. And now I see it from a higher perspective of why I did see that person, because it was just like, are you paying attention to the signs? When a manifestation's on the way, they send certain things that look like that specific manifestation. Just pay attention. 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 All right. I love you guys. Have a great day. If you need to book a session, my books are open. My books are open. Prices are updated. I need to add tier 2's appointment type. So if you subscribe to my Winnow app, your appointment type will be on there by the end of the day. So just give me a second. Yeah, I love y'all.